everyone, welcome to Suman TV. I'm Shrishna. Today we are with Dr. Radha Krishna Rao Sagi, who is specialized in orthopedic and also knee replacement surgeon. Let's talk to him. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So, doctor, this term osteoporosis is actually a new term to me, which means the weakening of the bone. Please explain us about this.
See, there are two things in the body, bones and joints. They are two different things. Most of the people, whenever they have some pain, if it is in the joint, it is because of the different reason. You can also have bone pain because of weakening of the bone. When the calcium levels in the bone comes down significantly, then the architecture of the bone changes and it becomes very weak. That is what is called osteoporosis. And when the osteoporosis happens, you don't know that it is happening because it is a very long and silent disease till you actually break a bone. Once you break a bone, that's when you will realize that you have osteoporosis, unless you actually check for it. Okay.
Yes.
So osteoporosis is something which everybody should know, and it's something which most of the people are ignorant about.
As the detection of osteoporosis is important, what are the symptoms?
Yeah, I mean, that's the difficult thing for most of the people. Say the osteoporosis doesn't give you any symptoms at all. So osteoporosis is something like a cardiac disease. Till you actually check for it, you will not know.
Okay.
And if you have to know, you will know only when you have heart attack for the cardiac patients,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Till that time, people doesn't know. A lot of people doesn't know. Now there's a lot of awareness, so people started checking for their cardiac health. Something similar should be done for the osteoporosis also.
Okay.
Osteoporosis is a very silent pandemic. It's across the globe. Millions of people are affected with it. And you will only know when you break one of the bones without a big injury. You are just walking and just have a small fall and then you broke one important bone. Then only you realize that your bones are very weak. Okay, so you don't see many symptoms which are pointing towards the osteoporosis. The commonest symptom is your generalized muscle pain, generalized body pains, and pains around wherever you put lot of stress. Like for example, a lot of people will have lower back pain. Lower back pain, one of the reasons may be because your bones in the vertebra are weak. If you are getting a lot of muscle pains during the activity, that may be one of the reasons, maybe because the bones are weak. If you don't have the strong bone, you cannot have a strong muscle because muscles are dependent on your bone to move. Right? And osteoporosis has got a grading again. You have normal bone, there's something called osteopenia, then osteoporosis. Osteopenia is just beginning of the weakening, and osteoporosis is a complete established weakening of the bone. Okay. The symptoms wise, there are no symptoms per se for the osteoporosis.
Okay.
So how will you know? You should actively check for it.
So, doctor, how should we check and what are the possible ways to check in a hospital?
First thing is awareness. People should know that there is something called osteoporosis. There is a condition called osteoporosis which affects a lot of people, and it can only be detected if you specifically look for it and get it investigated. The gold standard investigation for osteoporosis is called DEXA scan. Okay, but not everybody can just walk into some center and say get an DEXA scan done.
Okay.
So you need to have some specific indications for it, and ideally you should check with your either family physician or an orthopedic surgeon to make sure that you don't have any signs of osteoporosis which are typical of weakening of the bone. So if you have other medical conditions like diabetes, thyroid issues, renal issues, then there is a possibility that your bones may be going weak. Without any of these reasons also, people can have weak bone. That is because of lack of calcium in their diet, lack of vitamin D in the body, and lack of exercises which are helpful to build the bone. So if you really are not sure how much calcium you are taking, if you are not sure whether you are getting exposed to the sunlight, and if you are not exercising at all, then you are most likely a candidate for osteoporosis. Okay. So you need to know about these things, and if you have a doubt, you probably need to check. Okay. Probably the next obvious question would be how we should actually attend to this condition.
Okay.
Three things you should, as I was saying, three things you should know and do. One is enough calcium in your diet. So you need to know which are the calcium-rich dietary products, which one we should take for sufficient calcium. See, an adult, an average, I'm just talking about an average, different values will be there, but around 1500 to 2000 milligrams of calcium is required per day. But whether you're taking it or not is a question. So we need to have a dietary advice for your calcium.
And also how to calculate the calcium.
Right. You need to know how you should calculate the calcium content, and whether your staple diet is enough for your calcium intake or not. Even if you are taking enough calcium, your body may not be taking it in getting absorbed, because if you don't have enough vitamin D. So if you don't have enough vitamin D, whatever amount of calcium you take is useless. And how will you know whether you are vitamin D deficient? You have a blood test to check actually. And surprisingly, majority of the Indians are vitamin D deficient. In spite of having a very good sunlight and all that, we are very poor vitamin D nation actually. So if you have generalized body pains, if you have muscle pains, if you have bone pain, whenever you press on the bone, if it is very painful, if your effort tolerance is going down, like you are not able to do physical activity much, then you should definitely check your vitamin D levels. And vitamin D, if it is deficient, you will not be able to fill it up with your sunlight exposure. Vitamin D generally comes with the sunlight only. There's no specific diet which gives you vitamin D, except for some sea fishes with things like that. But otherwise, vitamin D only comes with sunlight. And the sunlight should directly fall onto your skin. Even if you are sitting inside a glass door, and if the sunlight is falling on it's useless. Basically, the sunlight has to fall on the direct skin. And if you are like fully covered, even if you are roaming around in the sun, there is no use, because your skin is not exposed to the sunlight. So vitamin D comes only through the sunlight, and present times, I think most of them are not exposed to sunlight at all, not sufficiently. And the next question most of the people will have is, what is the suitable time or the best time to sit in the sunlight? Ideally, it's a midday. When the sun is straight down, that's when the skin produces maximum vitamin D.
So can we put it in between 12 to 2 p.m.?
Exactly. I mean 11 to 2, something like that is the best time. But 11 to 2 is very difficult. People are working at either offices, home, and sunlight is too strong. The only difference is, if you are sitting in sunlight at this midday, 15-20 minutes is good enough for you to get that day's vitamin D. But if you are sitting other times, then probably you have to extend the duration of your exposure. And there is one more danger also. If people are getting exposed too much to the sunlight, then you can end up with skin cancers and all that. So there is a balance. You should take care of the amount of exposure per day. But if you don't have vitamin D, then there's no use of taking calcium. The third important thing is, you have enough calcium taken, your vitamin D is good, but that is also not good enough for your bone. You need to have something called impact exercises. You should put enough weight on the bone so that your calcium goes on to the bone. If a person is just on the bed and we are giving him enough calcium and enough vitamin D in tablet form and all that, still they'll end up with osteoporosis, because the calcium will not actually reach the bone at all. So they need to have impact exercise. That means you need to have put weight on the bones. So the third important thing is the impact exercises.
Sir, you have already mentioned that the correct time to get vitamin D from the sunlight is between 11:30 to 2 p.m. So how much time period can they actually stand under the sunlight?
Generally, it's 15-20 minutes would be good enough. But there's no scientific paper saying that this much of time will give this much of vitamin D. But the 15-20 minutes is the time period which is good enough for most of the people for the vitamin D of Indian origin.
Yes.
The vitamin D and the sunlight relationship happens with the amount of melanin on your skin. So the more fairer skin will require much lower time, and the darker skin will have more melanin in the skin. They require more time to get the same kind of vitamin D.
Yes.
So if you are going towards the equatorial line of the earth, they require more number of most likely they require much longer period to stand in the sun to get the same kind of vitamin D what people are much fairer skin. Okay, so what vitamin D relationship with the duration, the scientific papers doesn't tell you exactly how much time because of these variations. But for general understanding, I think 15-20 minutes should be good enough. If you are actually standing in the sun early morning or late afternoons, maybe you should increase it to 30 minutes.
Okay, and not beyond that.
Not beyond that, correct. Because this whole thing happens because of the ultraviolet rays.
Okay.
And if you are getting exposed too much to the ultraviolet rays, then you can have sunburn, then you can have, if it's a prolonged period of time, then you can have skin cancers also.
Yes.
So it's a balance.
After learning and detecting once they are having osteoporosis, what action that they can actually take right now?
I think the most important thing is awareness. If you know that there is a condition exists like osteoporosis, which can be serious, that's the first important thing you have learned. That osteoporosis is something which can actually break the bones. So how to attend to the osteoporosis? If you are diagnosed with osteoporosis, you need to consult, definitely need to have a professional advice.
Yes.
And they'll start giving you calcium supplements, they'll start giving you vitamin D supplements, they'll also give you specific exercises. And also you need to work on preventing the falls, where even if a small fall happens, then people can have broken bones. And if it is a much older age group, they can also have different kinds of hormones are available, different kinds of medication available where the bone strength can be increased. So knowing about it is the most important thing. So people should know that there is a condition called osteoporosis, which is weakening of bones. It requires three important things. One is calcium, second is vitamin D, and third is impact exercises. It can be diagnosed with a specific test called DEXA scan, and vitamin D can be checked in your body, and all these things can be modified where you have calcium supplementation there, vitamin D can be supplemented, and also there are multiple medication which can improve the bone quality.
Thank you so much, doctor, for explaining about major important topics and also for your valuable time.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. And viewers, thank you so much for watching this video.